Olha o ronco dessa... Nossa. A gente não fez ainda o guia, a gente fez... Na verdade, a gente não fez nenhum dos três, né? Que esses caras aqui eram do Car Throttle. E aí eles se dividiram no Aldegear, no Top Dead Center e no Auto Alex. E aí viraram 3 canais, agora a gente tem conteúdo direto. E antes eles soltavam vídeo no Car Throttle a cada 1 mês, cada 2 semanas, agora tem vídeo direto deles. Porque os canais viraram 3 e o Car Throttle tá com novos apresentadores, né? Então, meio que de um canal viraram 4 no caso.
We're in Japan and we're about to embark on a 1,000...
Tem que botar a legenda, é claro. Agora, meu mouse agarrou aqui de um jeito incrível. Aí já tá com preset, né?
We're in Japan and we're about to embark on a 1,000-mile road trip to not only take in the sights.
Ah, vou ter que voltar de novo.
We're in Japan and we're about to embark on a 1,000-mile road trip to not only take in the sights, sounds and smells, but to find out if you can really travel around this country on a budget. But before we can start our road trip,
E é 1.000 libras, né? 1.000 pounds.
we need a car. And as we wanted to set off from Kyoto, this meant that we could get one of Japan's famous bullet trains from Tokyo.
I've got no idea if this is... I'll see.
Talking loudly on
Mas caramba, eles gastaram 208 libras lá na
a train in
passagem.
Japan is considered rude, so we made sure that we were as quiet as possible. And travelling over 180 miles an hour in parts means that this 280-mile route that would have taken a whopping 6 hours in the car is reduced to just over 2.
My footstool has a gas pedal.
But while we enjoyed the luxuries of the bullet train, the food on offer was quite limited.
Coffee or whiskey? Just snack. I've got ice cream. I'm just gonna get some crisps.
I came in here so that we could actually talk a bit louder and not be whispering.
I just took a speed measurement on my phone. It's saying 175 miles an hour.
Not quite 180, but it'll do.
É, que dá mais ou menos quase 300 km, né? 180 milhas por hora. Coisa boa.
I can talk at a normal level.
What car did you get us?
The shoe weight,
AE86.
whatever you say. But
Ah, eles alugaram um carro mesmo, cara. Como é que... Cara, eles têm 794 libras, né? 792 libras. Eu não lembro quanto que gastaram exatamente.
definitely, and that as well.
O R34 é foda.
We've got one each.
Mark
Nunca.
4 Supra.
Yeah.
Vai ser um... Eu esqueci o nome. Um Daihatsu ou ou aquelas microvan, tá ligado, japonesa.
We're trailering that behind.
Oh no, what is this gonna be?
Vai
Walking to
ser
collect our car, I was
aquele
excited to
microcarro,
find out just what Ethan had booked for us for our trip.
I think I see it.
Se for um
Jack.
A86...
nugget.
Ah, nem é isso mesmo.
That nugget is... Oh no. What on earth have you booked us
É o
here?
QK. Caraca, já foi orçamento, pô. 4 dias, 368 libras.
What is this absolute
Caro pra
nugget?
caralho, né?
This thing is
Honda.
ridiculous, man.
É um QK.
This is a Honda N-Van. Never heard of it before.
We looked into getting some other stuff, but look, like loads of people told us if you're going to come here, fit in, get a K car.
The vast majority of people
Beautiful
said get a
K-car.
K car or get a K truck, and that's what we've done.
First up, I think we're really getting the mood for Japan. Let's soak in just a little bit of culture.
Yeah,
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Nossa, e pior que lá na locadora tem o A86 mesmo, né? O A86 não. O GR86. Da onde eu tirei a A86?
Okay.
So with our tiny nugget
Yeah,
collected,
say
we
hi.
headed to our
Hello,
first
guy.
stop.
Kind of rogue from this taxi driver.
Oh, in Japan though, I wouldn't be surprised if his wheels just turned 90 degrees, drove down it sideways.
Lá é mão
What
inglesa, né?
possessed you, Ethan? Mudstar Tyres going to be doing a lot of off-roading here in Japan.
Well, the rental company said, can we not do any off-roading?
Don't do any off-roading. But then it's given us Mudstars.
Hey now.
One they give us road champs. I think we look around this later. There's some hidden
Yeah,
surprises with this
pneu de
car.
off-road.
But first taste of crazy things in Japan, just the parking spaces. You pull in and there's like just a little
little barrier, so you can't get out again. So you pay to have your car released. It is genius. Ethan pointed out that it was really good because it means your car doesn't get stolen. But then we realised that they could just pay 400 yen and just nick it anyway.
But at least they will have spent some money nicking your car.
Yeah, at least there's that small satisfaction. That's our first taste of trying to work out stuff in Japan. It's going to be very good.
Caraca, olha o tamanho da vaga. O Tesla Model 3 ali tá vazando o nariz já pra fora da vaga.
Because, I mean, look at this ticket machine. We had no chance. Even Google Translate was like, it's on you, bud, not my car.
Leaving the car locked in by its own personal barrier, we headed up the hill. Kyoto is well known for its numerous temples, so we thought what better way to soak in some culture than going to visit one built in 778, over 1200 years ago, Kiyomizu-dera.
Isn't it mad that this temple here, just the Hokkenji temple, isn't even the temple we've come up to see?
This is just like a little starter temple, isn't it?
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
I've seen one of them before, in Basildon. Of course I've never seen one of these before. I was under the impression that unless it's like a residential area in Japan, you usually get tourists, but this is heaving. And now we're adding 2 more.
Have you seen anything like that before?
Yeah. Seen one of those, Chelmsford. Also, it's 30 degrees and the humidity is 80% inside my shorts.
According to the swimming pool in my pants, it's 100% humidity.
This is wicked though, because all of our knowledge, I'm sure you guys are the same, it's just watching like, I don't know, anime or samurai movies.
Yeah.
And this is really what you expect to see. Is that you up there? That huge bell?
We made it to Kiyomizu-dera temple. In the main structure, no nails are used.
It's just Gorilla Glue.
It's duct tape and cable ties.
I'm gonna go find a Phillips head in there. No.
Mano, eu tô com problema de... Eu não sei se eu escuto ou se eu leio a legenda, aí eu não tô conseguindo fazer nenhum dos dois. Não sei se acontece isso com vocês.
Nails.
Mas... nervoso, cara.
Wild. There must be one.
Sorry, Jack, what does it say?
I think if I tell
Porque
you
às vezes a legenda tá errada e eu tenho que corrigir. Só que eu não tô conseguindo prestar atenção nem no áudio nem na legenda.
it says you're never gonna learn.
To go in, you have to take your boots off. But I'm not sure what they'd rather. If I took my boots off or kept them on. The 2 puddles I've got on the end of my legs.
I'll tell you what, the smell of your feet is enough to clear out this entire group.
Valeu do chulé.
While I was in search of a spiritual experience at Kiyomizu-dera, Jack was more preoccupied with trying to find some evidence that a nail had been used to build it.
You cannot stand here and look me in the eye and tell me there's not a nail in there.
The terrace on the temple not only has some great views of Kyoto, but is also home to a dangerous tradition. It was said that if you survived the fall from the temple to the ground below, your wishes would be granted.
Qual é, mano? Qual é, porra? Não acredito. Por isso que no Japão a galera vai, porra. Tá de sacanagem.
Over 200 recorded jumps, 85% survived, until this was stopped in 1870.
Meu Deus!
What did you think of that?
That temple
Que
is
bom que o MC Kevin não chegou aí no Japão, né? Antes, que tristeza seria.
great for just, you know, taking a moment and looking inside and just sort of like realising that people can build stuff without nails or screws. There's 1 or 2 sneaky little nails in there. There is.
Couple of
Ele
bolts.
ficou muito ficcionado com isso que ele achou de um prego, nem
There's
parafuso.
a couple of bolts, but I think they're a later addition. But on the
Meu Deus, ele tava filmando a galera tá metendo a mão na cara com o negócio, velho.
whole, you know what?
Ali.
I'll give them that.
Caralho, aquele cara é procurado, mano. Aquele cara fez alguma coisa de errado, irmão.
Now, before we carry on with this Japanese road trip, one of the most important things you should do when buying a car is do a history check. And now,
Car
thanks to this big
Vertical.
sponsor, Car Vertical, you can make sure
Isso é um bagulho muito útil, na verdade. Isso é um negócio que já livrou ele. O Car Vertical é um patrocinador que já livrou eles algumas vezes. Eu já vi isso acontecer.
that
velho.
you don't buy a car with a dodgy past.
Muito bom.
Far too often cars are crashed or stolen and they go back on the road looking like nothing has happened to them. With a Car Vertical report, you can find out their hidden history.
All you need to do is enter your reg or VIN number,
sabe.
and Car Vertical can tell you if
Legal.
your car's ever been crashed, stolen, or clocked.
clocked.
Before I bought my daily sub, I ran a Car Vertical report, and I was very pleased to see that it had green ticks for mileage, finance, and damage. This is such good daily, I like this car. But here's a car that might catch you out. This Mercedes has a green tick for mileage, finance,
320.
and damage, but it's got a warning for
Theft.
theft.
We click on that. Yep, beware, vehicle may be stolen. Currently wanted as stolen in the UK. Now, if you hadn't run a car vertical report, you might end up buying a stolen car. And I don't know about you, but that really doesn't sound like a good idea. So if you're ever buying a car, motorcycle, or tiny van, make sure you get a car vertical report to know that the price that you're paying matches the car's history.
And to help you do that, Car Vertical are offering 20% off with the code ATG.
Thanks, Car Vertical. You're the best.
Back to our van.
In Japan.
With a man.
We left Kiyomizu Dera to head out to our next stop, but not before discovering another modern, less dangerous tradition.
You know, like kebab shops in the UK, they have like the faded, horrible images of the food in the front. They're all like sun bleached. They take it to a whole new level here, man. It's not going to stop me though, I'm hungry. Let's get in there. I'm going no
14 libras e meia.
fork the entire time I'm here. You? I'll be severely disappointed if I see you use anything other than chopsticks.
Não aguento mais. Ainda mais
How dare you?
After eating, we managed to decipher the ticket machine, which released our car, and we got back on the road.
What are we saying next?
Well, I think whilst we go on our adventure,
A aerodinâmica de uma caixa, né?
yeah, we should give ourselves some side missions. I'm after a Game Boy Light.
A Game Boy Light.
Special edition. Basically a Game Boy Pocket with a backlight, and I want to find one.
Okay, alright. I will aid you on your mission to find a Game Boy Light.
Have you got any side missions?
Learn Japanese or something.
Oh, I thought you could speak Japanese. You were reading that
Quatro
quite
dias.
fluently.
A little.
What was the general gist of that?
It was just generally saying how there are actually loads of nails.
So with Ethan assigning himself the task of buying a Game Boy, like some sort of 90s schoolboy, we headed to a second-hand store.
The side missions begin.
Japan is great for grabbing second-hand electronics, and to our surprise, everything is pretty cheap. But unfortunately, Ethan didn't find what he set out for.
Not fruitful.
No.
I've got a raging hard off now. That hard off was cool though. If I was in the market for typewriters and old telephones.
If I needed a VHS camcorder and a broken piano, I know where to go. How are you getting on with the indicators? Have you stopped putting the wipers on there?
Yeah, I think I've got it now.
We're on car spotting duty. Got an old lady driving a 350Z. Just out of shot, you didn't see it, but she dropped the clutch, sent it sideways on the limiter.
Do you know where we're going now?
Can I take a guess? We're going
É, né, cara? 350 carro de daily, né? É daily drive lá, velho.
somewhere where something.
GR86 é o que? É o Onix deles, tá ligado? É o Quid deles.
Garage, aren't we?
Well, isn't that all things?
Wow.
I'll leave that with you.
Deep thoughts with Ethan Smell.
The next stop on our list was definitely budget friendly, mainly because it was free.
What will we park next to? A Suzuki Hustler.
Caramba, que bonitinho.
Next to the Honda toaster oven.
É menor ainda, né?
I don't think I've seen any of these cars.
Caramba. É um Mazda?
Just a land of strange new vehicles.
Engraçado que a Mazda é uma marca que, tipo, os carros normais deles vendem no mundo todo. São japoneses também. Mas não no Brasil, que é o mercado gigante. Não sei o que acontece. A Mazda saiu do Brasil em 1998, 99, não sei. Por aí.
This is
Nunca mais voltou.
Arashiyama bamboo forest.
Arashiyama.
Legal.
But it's quite cool because you walk through these bamboo groves. There's some thick trunks here.
I'm feeling a bit bamboozled.
Shut up, have you just dropped that one?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Bam.
Bamboo. He's done it!
Got him. Pandas eat bamboo, right?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because those idiots eat their environment, don't they? It's like you eating your house, but you would also be much better off eating meat or veg. But no, you have bricks.
Oh, a good tip if you come here. Come very early in the morning, because there's apparently not a lot of people then, which is exactly what we didn't do.
Lotadaço!
3 in the afternoon.
Japan has a population of 125 million, and then I reckon you could safely double that with the amount of tourists. And that whole population want to go exactly wherever you're going. That guy's got the bloody crew cab bingo. What the hell was that thing? What the hell is even that?
First motorway. Oh, first toll.
This guy's going at his speed. He's not going to slow down at all.
Oh!
Oh, I like that.
Did you enjoy your time in Kyoto?
Descobriram sem
I
parar.
did enjoy my time in Kyoto.
Next stop, Osaka.
I wasn't
Osaka.
sure what Japan is going to be like to road trip. I don't mean in the sense that there's amazing places. I mean in the sense that actually travelling to places. If you like traffic lights, book them flights up. Seriously, oh my word.
Ué, mas, pô, do Japão, cara. Como o Japão é pequeno, acho que Japão seria. Claro que é legal de carro pra caralho, mas alugar uma moto pra lá deve ser muito foda, cara. Porque o Japão é pequeno, né? Você consegue rodar a cidade toda. Cidade. Valeu, velho. Consegue rodar o país inteiro e. De moto, tá ligado? Deve ser
Made
muito
it
legal.
to
Pegar uma ZX25R, uma ZX25R, é o melhor exemplo que eu consigo imaginar agora.
Osaka, much like
Não sei onde
Tokyo, is
se aluga, né,
crazy.
mas-
This, for example, looks like quite a standard city, but then right there is some lit up pink palace.
It's very much like every other city that
Caramba,
I've
tipo, nada a ver a arquitetura daquele prédio ali.
been to, and then also just nothing like any other city that I've
Prédio
ever been to.
rosa, bicho.
Right, turning circle, what's it like?
You just know it's going to be good.
This is just the Osaka mobile, isn't it?
Osaka, these nuts. Can I go down it?
Yeah, guys, fancy,
Guys, what is it?
fancy
Deus.
moving at all?
Guys, like, have you ever played The Last of Us? Like the first level of that? I feel like I shouldn't be here.
This
Qual é?
guy's coming
Yeah,
full
no,
on out.
Exatamente.
I'll do bike versus car if you want.
Caramba, cara, que agonia. Não tem calçada, né? Não tem o que fazer.
Oh, they're going to take our car and put it in the tower.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ah, o
Excited at
vertical.
seeing our nugget being launched up into a concrete tower,
Claro, hein?
we headed to
Ah,
our
não, very
hotel,
nice.
where in the spirit of keeping things cheap, I opted for a classic sleeping situation.
Ah,
I've
não,
been 6
pode.
years old again. Ask
não,
me a
hostel.
1,000 times, would you rather sleep in bunk beds or in a car?
É um hostel ou é um quarto com um beliche?
Beef again. I'll say bunk
Quarto com
bed every
beliche.
time.
Shotgun
Yeah.
bottom.
Achei que tinha mais beliche,
You
mas
don't
é
top
só,
bunk?
só isso aí.
No, I'm not a 10-year-old.
I wake you up, going to the toilet. You don't wake me up.
You're not going to the toilet.
I will do. I might not even get out.
Top bunk, top bunk.
So Osaka is.
That's another rat.
That was a huge rat.
Ai, caramba.
Osaka apparently is the more
Rat é rato, né? No britânico, né?
chill area.
More a chilled vibe than like Tokyo. So this is Dotonbori, which is
Deu uma
kinda
brisa
like
agora,
central,
ficou
where
rat,
everything's
né?
going
Mouse,
on.
imagina.
I feel like there's two extremes to Japan. There's the really traditional historic side of it,
Tem
and then
lado
there's this side of it,
tecnológico.
which is just
Aham.
like seizure-inducing lights,
Weird like cartoon characters.
and there's no middle ground.
É, não tem meu tempo. Em algum momento da história do Japão, eles saíram de samurais pra hentai. É simples. Não tem como saber em que período histórico foi isso, mas aconteceu. Em algum momento teve esse movimento ali de samurais hentai. Não tem meio termo.
Really isn't any middle ground.
I told you. Well, you know we said earlier about that restaurant.
They're actually pretty
A
good
galera fala
models.
que é barato, né?
They're sort of like
Comida lá.
delicious looking models, aren't they?
Dotonbori in Osaka is a bit of a sensory overload, with bright lights and loud noises. It's full of restaurants adorned with mad decorations like giant crabs and gold babies. But in the end, to keep costs down, we went for some street food, and Ethan got us a couple of plates of what he said was
Aí, 4 libras pros
Octopus
dois, tá
balls.
bom.
I'm not really sure the best way to eat this.
Put it in your mouth, I reckon.
That's what she said.
hot.
After striking out on a surprisingly rigged carnival game,
What do you want?
I don't know, they're all stuck down with glue anyways.
we headed to play a different type of game. Pachinko is an arcade gambling game that is huge in Japan. But with us being total idiots and the language barrier getting the better of us, we would never know how fun it is to
Não
play.
sabe
There's
jogar.
dudes in there just holding down the button to play and watching a TV show on their phone. You see that?
Did you see what he was watching?
No?
He was watching a live stream of a guy doing pachinko. He couldn't have been consuming pachinko in any more ways.
At any higher rate. I
Genial.
thought TikTok and Reels was bad for your
Cara,
attention
vendo
span.
tutorial,
This place is far worse.
And with Dotonbori's bright lights and loud noises exhausting us, we headed back to the bunk beds for a good night's sleep.
I know you want to know the big question with Japan. The big question on everyone's minds, what are their toilets like?
Well, come with us.
This is a Japanese
Verdade.
toilet. I promise you this toilet is heated constantly. When you sit down on it, it is toasty on your butt.
I don't like it.
I associate it in my head as a toilet that someone's just been sat on. This toilet has flashing LEDs. It also
Ah, mas tem papel higiênico? Eu achei que não teria.
has its own control panel. These different
Nossa, a gente tá full Japão, né? Que teve o vídeo da Pitai e a gente tá aqui no All the Gear.
types of
Foi
flush,
muito
not power
coincidência.
or intensity, style. These are the different strengths of how strong you want the jet to clean your butt. What is this? This is stop. This is just stop everything.
É um botão vermelho de emergência, tá ligado? Tipo, não, tipo, é o botão de, é o ejetar, tá ligado?
Stop shitting, I'm done. This is a power saving mode for your toilet. Let me just remind you, this is a toilet.
Everywhere you go.
Modo de economia de energia.
You are
Meu
shitting on
Deus!
the mainframe. There's massage in here as well.
Do you want to try that?
Not really. The trouble is, to show all these features, you have to be sat on it. So
não dá não.
I can't put that. I can't put that on YouTube. If you ever needed any more reason to come to Japan, that is it.
With that important
mas tem papel
information out of the
higiênico.
way, we collected the nugget from
Mas é claro que a gente, eu acho que qualquer ser humano que é movido pela curiosidade ia testar.
its
Esse que é o erro da gente, é a curiosidade.
own hotel room and got back on the road.
Yeah, I've got the handbrake out. That's what I want. Is I don't want it
Deus.
in.
You don't want the handbrake on when you're driving usually. It's a red light. It's a red light.
Red light. Let's not go a red light.
It's because they're hidden in with loads of other bullshit, isn't it? They're really
exactly.
hard. They're actually really hard to see. We're leaving Osaka now. What we experienced was just like the tiniest little taste of Osaka, wasn't it? Just licking like the tiniest little tip of it.
I don't think I need to do much more of it.
Oh man, there'd be so much. Like, what's that place? That second-hand DVD store is open 24 hours. What else do they have to offer here that we're missing out? We're gonna pick up Ethan's side mission quickly,
Nossa, mas ele é shooting brake, cara. Que bonito esse carro.
and then we're back on the road to. Well, we'll surprise you with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's raining as well.
Yeah, I really like it. It's a welcome change. I was either too hot and wet because of sweat, or now it's raining and I'm wet because of rain, and I know which one I'd rather.
Engraçado que o Ethan dirigindo não é tão comum. Vai estar dirigindo pra caramba. Ok. Ah, anúncio de colchão. Outra loja? PS1 por 550 ienes. Caramba.
No luck.
No luck. I got a bag.
That's not a Game Boy Light.
That's not a Game Boy Light.
What games can you
No,
play on your
Game Boy
bags?
Hide the sausage.
You must play differently to how I play. Well, look at that. Z3
Z3 Coupé.
clown shoe, driven by an old lady, no less.
After I had no
Caramba.
luck yet again on my hunt for a Game Boy Light, we headed on to our next site, where everything wasn't quite as it would appear to be.
And this is our next stop, Nara Park.
Nara Park. I've had the
Boy,
people tell me to come here. Now, someone told me that the
Deus.
deers here, they bow to you if you bow to them. I'll be honest though, I feel uncomfortable around this many tourists. I don't know how I feel about a bunch of deer having to put up with all these tourists. That is something I'm here to investigate. Hello? Hello?
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Don't mug me off.
so
You. I've heard they bow.
I think someone's having you on.
This one's broken, it's not bowing. We need to find one that's actually in working order.
Are you
Like
ready
your
for your
bat.
close up? Can you get his attention? I'm gonna make you a star.
Caraca, essa câmera
Did that guy just ruin your
é
shot?
DJI.
Yeah.
yeah.
This guy ruined your shot.
Look,
Hang about. Wait, this one's out eating my bag. I think I've got the wrong impression about these deer. I don't think they're in trouble at all.
nah.
Qual é? Legal.
Uh-oh, you're going to be trapped in an infinite loop.
That's amazing. I thought you were having me on. I didn't know about the bowing.
Now that we had established that the deer do in fact bow, we pushed deeper into the park and learnt that it wasn't the tourists bothering the deers, but instead the other way round.
God damn it.
Jack, they're coming for you.
Ow! If they don't get what
Ah,
they want,
no.
they just eat your jeans.
He's eating your ass. Please.
Tomou uma mordida. Ah,
Please,
mas eles também
not me.
inventaram.
Get him, boys, get his ass. Yeah, that's it, get
Será
his
que
ass.
pode?
When we first got here, I was a bit worried about the deer. I could not have been more wrong. There is
Puxou um
just
biscoitão,
gangs
mano.
of
É igual,
deer.
é igual na escola. Puxou um biscoitão, já era, filho. Perdeu.
Roaming the streets, just pressing people.
We're the
Just
ones
eat-
that should be living in fear.
We should be living in fear. Just after their possessions, just walking into people's shops and houses, just harassing the elderly, just
Nossa Senhora.
after your wallet. I've never had such a nice time whilst simultaneously fearing for my life. They do give you these little like beer crackers.
Apparently you're only supposed to feed them those as well.
Oh what?
Yeah.
Oh really? I gave one a jalapeno. Is that not good?
Basically it was like, hold on to your children.
Isso que eu falei, será que pode?
The rules said hold on. So kidnapping now added to the list.
Chuvinha.
Right, we're off. We're now leaving the cities behind.
So far, what you've seen of road tripping in Japan,
Caraca, um Volvão.
and just motorways really.
Não consigo imaginar um japonês usando um Volvo, não sei porquê. Eu sei porquê, tem 45 milhões de marcas japonesas e todas são boas de carros. Esses são os motivos.
Now we want.
Ó, vamos lá. Ó, Infiniti, Lexus, Toyota,
I'm hungry. I
Nissan,
think we get the food that probably
Acura,
everyone wants to
Honda,
know what it's like
Mazda.
here.
What does that taste like?
What does this taste like? What do they have
Suzuki.
to offer? What toy will I get?
But before we
Daihatsu.
did that, we accidentally found a hidden collection of shit boxes.
We're turning around to go
Foi
to where
nove,
we wanted
né?
to eat, and we stumbled upon this place. We
Simplesmente um fucking Skyline atrás dele, né?
asked the guy, and he said we can just have a quick look.
E um
Silver,
S15 e outro R34.
S15, Skyline, S13.
Jesus!
Look at this Cresta, just left here, around the back of this workshop.
Simplesmente uma E90 ali, que foda-se a E90.
Oh man.
Someone loved this.
Taca fogo, ninguém...
34?
Meu Deus, outro 34.
Oh, this is a Skyline.
There's a Skyline.
É um 2000?
Wow. That's wicked.
And then just look, a whole bunch of parts. This is kind of called just a stumble upon, literally by accident. All just sort of dumped here though, by the looks of
Meu
it. I
Deus,
guess
um
he's gonna
R32.
get around to them at some point and then send them to America, where they're all going.
Auto Grows, thank you for letting us have a look around.
And with that, we made our way over to the restaurant we
Você não tem ideia de quanto dinheiro tinha ali naquele ferro velho. Meu Deus do céu.
were most excited to try in Japan. To see what they had to offer compared to back home.
We're disgusting people.
German potato
Thick beef. How'd they know my nickname?
pepperoni juicy hot chicken,
You can get shrimp at McDonald's, let's remember that.
spicy nuggets, banana caramel pie.
É o segundo vídeo que tem McDonald's no Japão que a gente vê essa semana, esse mês.
McFlurry and in
Muito
mango.
doido.
These all just sound like band names.
Teriyaki McBurger.
An egg cheeseburger.
No.
Não, aí não.
We gotta leave.
Agora de
Food
frango,
here,
teriyaki.
and generally speaking in Japan, is very cheap. In the UK, this Macca's might have cost you 20 quid, but here, only £9.
Stuff is
Eu não sabia que McDonald's na Inglaterra é caro, porque nos Estados Unidos é barato, no Japão é barato, e se você considerar 20 libras, dá uma nota até pra ele.
Hotel rooms as well.
Bang Central Osaka, a nice hotel.
Um lanche desse não dá mais de 30 reais, se bem que eu não sei se vocês pediram, vocês falaram 20 libras pra cada ou 20 libras, né?
£55.
In the UK, a Premier Inn, I don't think I've ever managed to get a Premier Inn for less than like 90 quid.
Yeah.
Like drinks out of the vending machine, a bottle of Coca-Cola or whatever is like 50p.
I'd heard mixed things about the prices before we came. From what we've been paying for things so far, and we've been sort of living normally, we haven't been spending that much at all. We're yet to pay for fuel, so we don't know what that's like. But we are paying for tolls as well as fuel, so do.
É, o que é caro lá, pra gente, né? É passagem, só. Pra galera da Inglaterra não sei, né? Porque é mais perto. Querendo ou não, deve ser o que? 12 horas só? Pra gente é o que? 20. Não, deve ser menos, né? Pra gente deve ser umas 8 horas.
You have that to factor in as well.
And now that we were out of the cities and pushing into the countryside,
longe
we
não.
thought this would be a good time to stop and have a proper look around the N van.
What can I tell you about Nugget Van? They're bloody everywhere. I don't see hardly any SUVs here, and I think it's because these are just so damn good.
It's the cutest thing.
It's just tall and thin. It's a pretty good looking thing if you sort of like squint real hard to the point.
Agora, um S660. Pô, vocês
Well, your eyes are closed.
conseguissem um.
50 brake horsepower or something like that. This thing,
Isso aí é um carro de 660 cilindradas, sim. Não é nem 1.0. É 0.660.
screams on the motorway.
Ah, claro. Pô, 5 marchas, esse câmbio aí tinha que ser. Esse carro aí tinha que ser 8 marchas, pelo menos, pra
And, like,
ter.
it does sort of go somewhere, but it just goes. Ah!
All-wheel drive as well, apparently.
So we rented this from Tokyo Camper
São os
Vans.
quatro.
They're brilliant. They were kind enough as well
Só o que perde ali no cardan é brincadeira, filho. Deve ser 50 de potência de motor e 30 de roda.
to deliver this to Kyoto. That's a service they offer. They've taken the radio out and all the entertainment system. But to be
Que
honest,
isso?
am I going to be able to listen to Japanese radio?
And
No.
they gave us a speaker.
They provided us with a Bluetooth speaker instead. I want to point out that I have absolutely no intention of sleeping in this vehicle because that's all we seem to do on this channel. But
Verdade, eles fizeram. Eles dormiram num Porsche Coupé, os dois, num 924. Eu esqueci o outro vídeo que eles fizeram, mas teve vídeo deles. Cara, foi muito engraçado.
just in case,
Pena que
it's
não
kitted
fazia
out as
react.
camper. Underneath here is
Mas
a
tem.
bed, but it's currently got all of our bags in it as well. It will
Mas
definitely
tem.
sleep one comfortably because that seat folds all the way
É,
flat.
agora o
Don't
outro,
think
meu
it
amigo.
does.
It's going to be interesting.
I won't know how interesting it's going to be.
Tomorrow
I'm
we'll
not
find
sleeping in it. Also, this is my favourite.
É engraçado que toda vez que eles vão sair com o carro, eles precisam. Ou eles fazem, eu não sei se é combinado, porque às vezes, cara, de dar alguma merda no hotel, eles têm que dormir no carro, independente do carro que for. Esse carro até tá de boa, né? Porque no 924, tipo, o pé tava na mala e a cabeça tava, tipo, no painel no painel da frente do carro. Então,
Favorite
né,
thing
pegou o
about the
carro
car.
todo.
Pillarless on this side. Look at look at this. Look at this.
Não, couro.
Look at that. Look at this. It's just really good. And on that, we should probably hit the road.
Well, we need to go and fill it up.
How does one fill up at Japan?
Well, I've heard that they have some people that come and do it for
Cartão de
you.
crédito,
really?
não?
That looks awfully complicated. Crack out Google Translate.
Should we try this one?
Well, we need fuel, so we don't really have a choice.
Before you come, download the Google Translate app on your phone.
Yeah, and
Verdade.
download Japanese for when your internet
Yeah.
cuts out.
Ele tá com o Google Pixel, esse mesmo?
Yeah. Light oil.
É um
I thought
Pixel
oil.
XL.
Yellow is high octane.
Red is.
Maybe diesel. Regular.
You know what you should do? You just look at what colour is inside the petrol cap, filler cap. They'll tell you.
Aí tá em preto. e- Puta que pariu. E10? E10? E10 é 10% de etanol e 90% de gasolina.
Purple.
How do you make purple?
Vai ter que misturar fazer o cálculozinho
Pra
do
abrir
E10. Caramba, estão usando E10 lá, né, cara? Que doido, como combustível padrão, isso não tem nem aqui.
Light oil, I think that is diesel.
Is it? Oh my god, you could really fuck. I would assume that that's petrol.
Exactly, yeah. Right, now let's
tem que ter
translate
etanol,
this.
porra.
Bloody hell, Jack. We've got to go back to the beginning.
Tem que
What
ter
does that mean?
etanol.
Oh, can we just point out how cool yen is? This reminds me of back before UK went to plastic
5
notes.
mil.
Eat it. Yeah, I've got more for you, don't worry.
Let's just spat that one out.
Nossa,
Oh
é a
my God.
It's
máquina.
cancelled.
My word. This is so
É a máquina
overly
de engolir
complicated.
cédula.
I just think it's weird
fudeu.
you're putting red in.
Red is regular.
Regular.
17 litres. Done. Let's
Só
go to
isso?
Takayama.
Although filling up
Well-
yourself in Japan
Ah, o bagulho é 660 cilindradas, motor de moto, tanque de moto. É isso.
can quite clearly be difficult, you'll be pleased to hear that it is at least cheap, with an average price of just 87p per litre. And now that I had managed to work out how to refuel, I thought I would
Porra,
treat
essa?
myself by having another
PS Vita, 12.000 ienes. Nossa, eu tô tarado por um PS Vita, já deve ter... Desde quando lançou, é isso. Diminuiu, depois voltou o interesse em ter um PS Vita. Mas eu acho que eu vou segurar tudo e vou só esperar o Switch 2 mesmo, porque não tem o que fazer.
go at finding that elusive Game Boy.
Well, I'm glad you completed the side quest. Last time it was
Nossa, o preço do PS Vita.
puffins, and this time it's material possessions. Last time you really showed what a deep spiritual person you are by this longing and need to see an animal from a certain country, and now you want to play Tetris.
I do. There's animals I want to see.
Caraca, mano, o farol desse carro é muito bom, olha.
What?
Monkey. I want to see a monkey.
Iluminando a pista
I've seen a
inteira, velho.
I saw one on the side of the road, and I said, Ethan, get a shot of this monkey, and he was too busy thinking about Game Boys or some shit.
Jack saw a monkey.
I did, I saw two on the roof.
Oh, two
They go like
monkeys,
this to you. Well, at the moment, we are heading to
Eita,
our
chuva.
accommodation, which is, there is a word for it, and I can't remember the word.
I think it's Ryokan.
Ryokan.
Yeah.
So I've got to ask Ryo what the word is.
If anyone can.
Ryokan.
Yeah, that's in Takayama, so that's where we're going.
Takayama. I hardly know her. Right, we'll get onto this hostel.
We drove on into the night, heading towards our traditional Japanese accommodation. All seemed
agora
well
roça.
until Google threw Ethan a curveball.
Are we lost?
No, lost is a strong word. We are facing the wrong direction.
Are you sure it's
Meu
down
Deus.
this pokey little alley?
Do you know
Meu
what?
Deus.
I'm not. And I'm gonna
This looks like
check.
Agora tá parecendo cenário de filme de terror. Mas,
think-
mas olha o farol desse carro, irmão. Que forte, velho.
This is a footpath, I'll be honest, Ethan.
It's down here. It's
I don't think we drive down here though.
Google Maps is telling me.
Is it?
Wait,
Japan's really got you stumped, hasn't it?
let's try it.
I'm
Let's
sure
try
this
it.
is a footpath.
This would be really
Mas
annoying.
realmente parece um caminho de
Ethan,
pedestre.
Ethan, this is a footpath that you've just driven down.
Meu Deus, vai ter que sair.
If we didn't have this cake art, we would not be getting round here.
O fora é que não dá pra saber, porque no Japão tem rua esquisita,
Oh my
né?
word. Oh my god, Jack. I don't think I was supposed to come this way. Can I get through here? Oh, this is so
Meu
unbelievable.
Deus, mas se tem outro carro,
Through. We've made it.
se tem outro carro,
Could have just come in from there, that road.
Thank God this thing is so tall and narrow.
I just said that. Yeah, this thing's so good. You can just
errou.
drive down
Ele foi
footpaths.
pelo caminho, ele foi pelo caminho de pedestre.
We
com o
dropped
carro,
our bags in the room and then headed out
que
into
tinha
the
da
streets
rua.
of Takayama.
And it is quiet.
Yeah.
There is no one on the streets, there's no one around. But apparently there are places that open at 9 p.m. and don't close till 4. We need to get some food
Galera curte, hein?
and we want to have a drink, so we need to find them.
And find that place we did.
Ó,
Ethan thought he was
parece um pubzão normal,
ordering us
qualquer
a beer,
lugar.
but it's not. It's a pint of whiskey.
Whiskey and soda. Yeah, my Japanese is a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit off.
Cheers.
Cheers, nice. This is the weirdest bar experience I've ever had. Chopsticks eating pepperami. So the guys that were sat next to us, we just started chatting about cars. The owner here was showing us all the cars that he had. That's the Mighty Boy. Look how cool that is.
Nossa!
That's his daily.
That was really nice actually, because cars just completely broke the ice. Sort of universal
Não,
language.
lá o mundo de carros é tipo, comunidade, né? Lá do Japão é aquecida, fi. Lá tem uns encontrinhos brabo, fi.
Isn't it? Motors and cars.
Querendo ou não, né, cara? Querendo ou não, o Japão, na época dos 2000, foi o que mais... Os modelos antigos dos anos 2000 do Japão, o Japão mandava praticamente. A gente tem Silva, a gente tem o 300ZX, a gente tem R34, a gente tem Supra, tudo dessa época, né, cara? E, porra, o Japão mandava, irmão. Nessa época, porra, era só carro
Cheers, good time.
incrível.
Come to Junks.
E você tem um carro que você pode moer ele. E aí todos se aplicam, né? Tirando o RX-7 e RX-8. Tirando só esses dois. Você pode moer o carro. Os carros estão aí até hoje, cara. Os carros estão aí até hoje. Tem Miata de 93 do primeiro ano que tá rodando igual nada, filho. Tem R34, R32, R33 rodando.
It's been a fun day, and now
E, assim, sabe? Não é carro que precisa de uma manutenção absurda, igual tipo as Ferrari, você tem que tirar motor. As Ferrari dessa época, você tem que tirar a porra desse seu motor pra fazer a manutenção, tá ligado? É uma manutenção periódica, assim. Esse carro é cuspe, fita isolante e um bocado de fita gomada, como diria o pinguim lá do Madagascar, né? E o
we
carro
are
vai
gonna go
embora.
to
30
bed.
anos de vida, 40 anos de vida e... Tá aqui, mano. Parece a cidadezinha do interior do Brasil, né?
Is there any danger of you getting up?
Nossa, ficou alto do nada.
I'll tell you, the bean pillow is a winner.
That's your first sleeper there, Jochen.
Really good. Shall I show you what my alarm was that went off? That probably woke up everyone.
Been loading that noise all week.
What's that one supposed to be? You sleep in as much as you want. No, it's got to be like.
Get up.
Well, get that camera out of my face. Let me get it in there.
A recepção
This
organizadinha.
is where we stayed last night.
Yeah.
It's a
28
Ryokan.
It's
pounds.
like a guest house hostel type.
Yeah, sorry for my pronunciation. Like traditional vibes.
Yeah.
So the house is old, very old. They are inns, and then this is sort of like a modernised one. Fold out beds, that's what we slept on, very comfortable. Sliding paper doors, paper windows.
Shoe area.
Common room with all actual like low tables.
Takayama.
Takayama. And this is an Rory.
Rory?
It's Rory.
Is Rory in here?
It's a Rory.
Did you see the bath?
Meu Deus, que porra é essa?
Is this what bathtubs are like in Japan? I can session this.
Right. Let's hit the market.
Caralho,
Before we go.
muito bom. Ó, água limpinha, cara. Eles não tem... Eles não tem esgoto normal não, que é desaguando no rio? Que esquisito esse país.
Maybe get some
Como
breakfast.
assim?
Are they mushrooms?
Yeah. Can we get a big bag of mushrooms? I'll sort you out for breakfast.
Meu Deus. Reforçando aqui, eu preciso tirar 10 anos da minha vida pra morar no Japão. Não sei em que momento, mas vou tirar 10 anos da minha vida pra morar no Japão.
Thank you. What's the next?
Right. Taiyaki. Looks like pancake.
Goodness.
Ah, aquele bagulho doce, né?
Only got 3.
É frito no caso,
small.
né? Não é? Um Fuquinha, um GT3 997. Caramba.
That place was one of my favourites where we just stayed. Takayama, actually, in general, definitely come here. We were only here very briefly, but it seems like a really nice blend between traditional and modern Japan, from what we've experienced. And also it's a bit quieter here, it's a bit
Legal.
more chill.
É, os caras eles estão velhos já, eles não vão curtir noitada no Japão. Pra mim, a história é outra. Qual é a zoeira, Dueno?
As we got back on the road, we headed to our first stop of the day, Hida Folk Village, an open-air museum where some of the buildings are over 400
Gosto.
years old.
What's this little Teggy doing?
Puta merda.
Look at the sun fade on it, that thing's
É um
cold.
Type R. É coupé, quer dizer, sedã não. Nossa, velho.
This is Hida Sato. It's an old folk village. Edo times. So Edo is what Tokyo was called before it was called Tokyo. So this has been here for quite a while. Well, this is in Takayama. Takayama? This is really cool to see. I wonder how many nails are in that one.
Vai filmar o prego, não? Será que não vai, não? Eita! Inclusive, vamos fazer... Não sei como, mas vamos fazer Assassin's Creed Shadows aqui no canal. Não sei, provavelmente não vai ser aqui, né? Vai ser no YouTube. Mas... faremos. Vai ter.
Lovely bell that. I'm going to get a photo of this bell actually. So yeah, just whip them shorts off quick. This was lovely.
Really nice.
Gives you a taste of what it'd be like to live in ancient Japan, doesn't it? I think I could do it, you know. This is a very good start.
Yeah. As we made our way round the village, Ethan
Oh,
became
doggy.
distracted by a man carving wooden spoons with a knife.
Caramba, legal.
Did you make these?
Yes.
Whoa. Can we get 2? Two?
Oh, thank you.
Que legal, cara.
Arigato. They're amazing.
Aligato é foda.
These wooden spoons are from magnolia trees, which are cut down, then split, they're then boiled to soften, and then he carved the spoons with a knife. It takes him 3 hours to do it.
It takes him 3 hours.
Yeah.
Ethan unlocked a new side quest there. He's gone from Game Boy Lights to wooden spoons. That's handy because I was getting sick of using chopsticks, so I'm going to be busting that thing out as soon as possible.
With the day moving on and a lot of ground still to cover, we got in the van ready to tackle some of Japan's beautiful mountain roads.
Mas aí com essa porra desse carro com centro de gravidade altíssimo vai ser coisa linda, né? Esse carro tem cara de que tomba. Que vai tombar. Com certeza tem um controle de tração e estabilidade muito sofisticado, ou ele tomba. Ou é um ou é outro, os dois não dá.
We've got Takayama behind us.
Takayama!
And now we're coming out into what we've both been
Riacho
looking forward
seguido.
to, the mountainous country roads.
Ó, o amigo ali tá de XJ,
Got
hein?
the perfect car for it.
What have you learned from your time in Japan
Então,
so
né?
far?
That's a good question. I think just slow down with everything. It's difficult for us because we're trying to capture as much as we can in a short space of time.
Eu baixei sem
And
querer.
encapsulate Japan as much as we can. A bit like Iceland, just slow down and take it in. Don't be thinking about the next thing you're doing. Enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
É pra fazer isso que ele falou de curtir tudo com calma, meu amigo. Tem que pegar 20 dias pra lá. Não 4. 4 é foda tu fazer tudo com calma. Sendo que tem tanta coisa pra ver, né? Com 20 fica mais interessante.
We're obviously gonna compare.
Que tipo, cara, em Arraial, que é um bagulho assim, que eu já tinha ido várias vezes. A gente pegou 8 dias uma vez aqui, no ano passado. Ah, cara, deu pra curtir tudo com calma. E não deu tempo, 8 dias fora de casa, não deu tempo de enjoar. Não deu tempo. Eu ainda queria, se me deixasse mais 8, eu acho que eu ficava.
Compare this to Iceland, because that's the last big road trip that we
Porque,
did.
nossa,
But Iceland,
quando o lugar é bom, a gente eu pelo menos não enjoo fácil.
there's this huge thing in front of you, and you can take it all in just by looking at it. Do you know what I mean? You can like absorb it.
Japão,
Japan
então, 20
is
dias
the
é pouco ainda,
complete
né?
opposite to that,
É
where
o mínimo.
it's tiny details everywhere, and it's exhausting to try and look at everything and notice everything. Even in the countryside, the details are key. It feels like an alternate reality here. Yeah, it's so strange.
But Japan, for me, is chaos and beauty.
Yeah, that's a really good way of saying it, actually. That's a good way of putting it.
Nossa, foi muito anúncio. Eu nem sei quantos foram. Preciso ter YouTube Premium.
This is a bit of a
vou pagar
random
essa
one.
porra.
We're just driving along down here, and then we saw this sign for a waterfall. So we just thought, you know what we're like. We're a couple of for a waterfall. So we thought, we'd have a little look.
Caraca, bicho. Xuxi Falls.
Oh, I fancied a bit of this.
Não sei como é que
The
pronuncia.
spray off it is cooling me down as well. Right,
Oh,
Ethan,
barulho.
you know what I'm going to ask? How much to go down it in a barrel? You know the drill by now?
Sorry, the barrel bet. 50k?
Sweet, all right. Someone set up the GoFundMe, drop a link in the comments, and if we hit that 50k mark, he will go down this in a barrel. We're not going to do that.
Olha.
After a quick spray down from the falls, we carried on driving through the stunning forests.
Pô, precisava ser um GR86, cara. Nossa, imagina, pegar um GR86 manualzinho, 224 cavalos, né? Levinho, potência certa pra você não se jogar dali da montanha, virar uma lata de sardinha um carro. Mas pra curtir, olha isso, nossa!
God, this scenery is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's wicked, isn't it?
Se eu for, vou ter que separar 20 dias e ter o dinheiro pra ficar 20 dias com o GR86.
Oh my, that's not what I bought.
Oh shit, are you a victim of drink roulette? Because we don't have a clue what these vending machines actually dispense.
Ele errou o
I'm
bagulho.
almost certain I pressed something that looked like an apple juice.
That is like, that's just pond water.
Qual é? Ó, represa. Bravo. Nossa, água.
After a long stint in the car, one of us was thirsty, so we pulled in to get a drink.
Ai, caralho, passou ali um... É o que é isso? Calma aí.
Thirsty, so we pulled in
É um S14, né?
to get
É um S14 ou é um R32?
a drink.
E um fucking GR Yaris.
They're filling up for us, aren't they? And they're cleaning our window.
This is much easier.
This is much easier than what we were doing before. 3,410. Arigato.
Alligator.
Okay.
Olha esse asfalto, irmão.
Here's another thing I learned about Japan. Having someone fill up your petrol tank is the best thing ever that's ever happened.
We've had the slowest fill up and the quickest fill up.
Yeah. Have you thought of getting a job here, Heath? I need some food though. I'm flagging.
É muito verde, é um verde muito
It was now
saturado.
time for us to get lunch, so we thought we would see what all the fuss was about and stop at one of Japan's most popular food establishments.
7-Eleven, claro.
7-Eleven in Japan. There's a big fuss about 7-Eleven, isn't there? You any good with this stuff? I'm not really sure what...
Nossa, aqueles acutes de 1 litro que é pra você cagar a sua vida inteira em um dia. É o que tem aí mais, né, que a galera usa.
What?
É aquele café de... É aquele café de sacolinha que você bota no gelo e o Yakult de 1 litro.
What I'm buying.
Translating.
This is more my sort of deal. I know what they are.
Pringles. Tá, pô, fizeram a compra. Ih! Outra CLA, shoot and break. Onigiri? Tem que ter onigiri, né?
Better?
Yeah. You just left this car running.
Yeah, you think what I'm thinking? Turn this into a car road trip.
We've heard about how safe Japan is. I mean, that's...
I felt mega safe everywhere.
Então, né? Só que, tipo, aquela porra ali faz... O quê? 100 milhas por galão? Pra mais, tá ligado?
Been so far.
With us marvelling at the price of our huge shop and our bellies full of the delights of a 7-Eleven, we got back on the road,
Que é 20 e poucos quilômetros por litro, traduzindo, né?
excited for some more
Pra
mile
mais,
munching.
né? Mano, é muito anúncio. Ó, túnel pra caralho. Ó.
After a big section of expressway driving,
Parece que o verde é mais saturado lá, né, cara? Não sei se foi a edição,
our
mas eu já
journey
vi
took
isso em
us
outros
back into the
vídeos.
twisty Japanese mountain roads where we could really see what the N-van was like.
Ah, não. Eles vão acelerar essa porra dessa caixa de fósforo.
I really like this car, but
Meu Deus.
can you hear it? It was great around town.
Ah, é, CVT, cara. Por isso que o Jack falou que ele fica gritando, porra. É CVT, ele não tem marcha, velho. Por isso que é assim. É tipo o Corolla atual, né? O Corolla atual também é CVT. E mesmo com motor 2.0 de 180 cavalos, ele fica gritando na rodovia. Porque o câmbio é meio lesado. E aí ele joga o giro lá no alto. E ele trava o giro no alto. Então ele fica. Entendeu? A PCX também é assim.
It was great for some of the pokey little streets, but
Aí é foda.
Hairpins and switchbacks are not its friend.
listen to it try that little 660cc engine. Like, please no, more.
Agora, se fosse um câmbiozinho manual de 6, igual é no SC160, né?
It was a mixed experience taking the M-van onto
Aí
the
é legal.
many hairpins that Japan has to offer. On one hand, we had endless stunning forest roads with smooth tarmac, yet we were hampered by the screaming from the engine of our poor van. But after some time enjoying them, the day drew to a close, but we still had an evening activity planned. We hoped.
Hopefully, it's a good one, because we don't know. This is complete shot in the dark with this one.
Cheio de miata ali, ó. NB.
Quick pit stop.
Falando em Japão, inclusive eu comprei um relógio com movimento seco. Estou doido pra chegar. Meu primeiro automático. É, meu primeiro automático.
On to the next stop.
Feeling fresh?
10 o'clock. Always fresh at 10.
I feel like a bucket of shit.
There's our guy.
There it is.
There's our man. Okay.
People are just so nice. It's unbelievable.
As we ventured into the
Olha esse
forest, we
farol,
were on
mano,
the
que foda.
lookout for something we weren't 100% sure we'd be able to find. But
Farol
then
sol, velho. Porra.
we found our first clue.
É a montanha do drift. É a montanha do
You
drift.
guys probably can't see anything because
Não.
It's just pitch black where we are. They might be about to enter it now. We don't know.
we don't know if we're allowed to be here.
I can smell tyres.
Não com esse carro. Pode estar lá, mas não podia estar com esse carro, né?
Burning sort of smell.
And what we'd been looking for was a toge session, where people bring their cars out to drift on the
Pra fazer
mountain
drift
passes.
na
This is, of
montanha.
course, illegal, so we had to be discreet with our filming. But after being welcomed by a few from the group with a Google Translate conversation, we were escorted up to get a good view of it.
Mano do céu. Eita, rodou, amigo. Tá vendo? Isso é uma coisa que... Ai, dá muita vontade de ir pro Japão, cara. Preciso.
Are you enjoying it?
I don't know if I'm enjoying it.
Assim, muitas vezes eu esqueço porque a cultura do Japão não tá integrada na nossa vida igual a cultura dos Estados Unidos, né? Enfim, da Europa no geral. Mas toda vez que eu lembro eu fico, meu Deus, Japão, toda vez.
If I'm absolutely terrified.
Ele fica com o sinal ali pra mostrar se tá vendo polícia, eu acho, né? É igual no filme mesmo. Olha o ronco dessa... Nossa. Nossa. É tudo 2JZ e 1JZ, né?
Not wanting to out
Lá um JZ é tipo o familiador da GM aqui pro Brasil, tá ligado? Acha em qualquer Celta, em qualquer carro você acha.
stay our welcome, and it now being very late, we got back on the road to find somewhere to sleep, passing even more cars as we left.
Caralho.
Well, that was mental.
That is
Ai meu Deus, até
assault
escorreu
on the body and the mind.
I can't believe we found that.
We just drove around for
Mas
ages
tá
and
escorrendo.
came across it.
We were shouting, Drifto! There was a dude in like an S13 coupe, just a car that I really want, and he was in
Silvestres.
full mechanics overalls, just like this the coolest Japanese dude, and we said, we're hoping we can see some drifting, and then he just went, welcome to Toge. Obviously what they're doing is illegal.
Yeah,
I don't know if the police go there, maybe they do go there, but it was mental to see.
É, por
Yeah.
isso tem um cara lá com bastão,
I
tá
think it's like
ligado?
to bed
Um
down.
sabre de
This
luz.
is the other thing, and why we need to leave.
Como é que
I'm not
dorme?
sleeping
Imagina.
here.
Why would we get a camper if we're not going to sleep in it?
I'm here right now. It's one of the better nights. You want to bring me down here?
If I do that, then you just work out where you go. Oh, we haven't even had dinner.
No, we haven't had
What
dinner.
are we doing?
Well, there might be a place for
Cara, os caras esqueceram de jantar,
you know,
foda-se.
cook up some ramen.
Oh, I can't even be asked to cook ramen. We've got some peanuts.
You know it's bad when you can't be bothered to cook ramen. You weren't just going to say we've got some peanuts, were you? I know you weren't.
Peanuts and an apple Danish.
Undeterred by the amount of belongings with us, Ethan
Ah, tem um hack ali de você colocar a mala em cima, genial.
attempted to Tetris
Que é alto pra caralho, né? Esse carro sem necessidade nenhuma, então dá pra usar esse espaço.
into some sort of sleeping arrangement
Esse caso
in the
tem
van
necessidade.
until he had the realization
I don't think it's happening, is it?
É pra uma pessoa só essa cama.
What, sleeping in here?
Yeah, we've got too much stuff. Well, a tip, if you do rent this camper,
Vão botar debaixo do carro, será?
don't bring any camera equipment with you. And don't buy loads of things from Hard Off when you're driving around.
I think your Game Boy Light isn't the thing that's making it difficult to sleep in here. It's not like we've got to manoeuvre around your Game Boy Light.
Caramba.
Oh, I just want to
Caraca,
go.
muita mala mesmo.
and with that I made an executive decision.
Well, look what happened. I'm so grateful.
To be fair, it was never going to happen.
70
We got to hit the road.
pounds.
The front desk just called. We've overslept. They're very pissed off. So should we get going where we need to be going?
Yeah. Let's go find a cave.
Qual o nome? Era um minizinho antigo?
As we made our way
carcaça, né?
around the city of Utsunomiya, Jack was distracted by yet another collection
2 S15, tem um 300X ali no cantinho da direita. Um Swift, um Jazz Fit, né?
of cars.
This is a good find, isn't it, Ethan? I tell you why this is cool. We like shit heaps as well, so these are like in between. This is like the perfect mix. Sylvia's, that are pretty cool. Mark II Chaser,
434 milhões de ienes.
86,
Yeah,
11.
that's why I'm having.
345 milhões.
S14 with like a wide body kit. That's cool. I can't quite work out the prices, but give it to me. God, I'd like an FC. Kind of cool seeing them like this. They're
FC o RX-7?
all sort of modified. It's an FD. The cat knows what's good.
RX-7. Esse aí é o mais atual, né? Esse aí já não é tão confiável. Tem que enfiar um K20 nele. Botar um JZ pra quem tiver mais grana, né? Enfiar outro motor ali, que senão o RB13 não rola não.
State.
RB13 não, é o RB13, né? Eu não lembro o nome
There's
do
these
código
little
desse
pockets of
motor.
this in Japan.
Do
And they're
Rotary.
just so good to see. I like it anyway. Ethan probably doesn't give a
These are cool.
These are cool. Seeing them like this is cool. Thank you for
Nossa, um 2000 GT?
indulging me, Ethan, and allowing us to stop.
Deus.
Now I just want an FC even harder. Brilliant. Sums up Japan, doesn't it? Mentalness and nice traditional shrine. So good.
Tá porra. Bikezinha antiga. Caralho, uma Africa Twin antiga ali. Braba.
We're now at Oya Subterranean Cave.
Cave wasn't top on my list.
Our friend Malike, who some of you may know as Milky Diamonds, recommended it, so we thought we'd come and check it out. Should we get some food first?
Yeah,
Olha,
good idea.
preda, menor. Hot dogzão.
So I just had one of the best hot dogs of my life, and now this guy's doing
Com
this.
ovo?
This is
Era ovo
okay.
aquilo ali? Acabou a água. Putz.
He almost lost it.
Qual é? Caramba.
And the stone they're mining is Oya stone, which is what makes up hills in the surrounding area. We could see it actually when we were driving in.
Look at the columns that are holding this place up as well.
Imagine being down here by yourself with the lights off.
The lights off.
Yeah,
That's
just
scary.
pitch black.
Ó.
The real question is, and you're not going to believe this, and you won't find a single nail in here.
I didn't find the nail. Can you believe it? This is just underground, just this stone.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
I can't.
Where else would it be?
Well, they're all on the beach normally, aren't they?
Pebbles.
Qual é?
You're down here in the dark. You're the furthest point you can physically be away from the exit. And also there's something in it that's trying to get you.
What is it? You.
It's me. I know what you're going to say, you piece of shit. No, that is
Achou um
not.
prego.
What is that then?
Não é um prego.
Okay, yeah, that is a nail.
Meu amigo, que porra de anúncio foi
Should
esse?
we get back on the road?
Yeah, let's do it.
Fora que eu nem vi quantidade de anúncio. É um Copain, né?
One important part of any trip is getting gifts for people.
Passou um Emir. Tinha um Emir estacionado ali atrás? Não era um Emir,
One
não
important
era?
part of any.
Que porra de carro é esse? É uma Panamera? Ali tem um Subaru, uma empresa hatch. Esse carro é 30 mil no Brasil. Se for a versão normal, né? 2.0.
Trip is getting gifts
Carrinho
for
pouco
people.
valorizado no
And we're in
Brasil.
Japan, so there's really only one place we should stop to get gifts for the people we want to buy gifts for.
Tinha um GR8. Tinha um GR8
I'm just
ali.
concerned I won't be able to fit these in my suitcase. Do you reckon I'll manage it? If I bought 4 suitcases, how much luggage allowance do we have?
4 suitcases.
So if I leave all my clothes here, can I get something?
Qual é? 20 mil ienes? Barato. Hein? O preço do Game Boy quase. Deu metade do preço, dobro do preço do Game Boy. O Game Boy foi
While
muito
we
caro.
peruse the shelves and shelves of car parts, we thought we should get our friends at Top Dead Centre a steering wheel, as they always seem to be taking other people's. And Jack had a very simple method on how to choose the right one.
Which is the cheapest? This.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And we got a present for TDC as well.
Hello. Hello. What's going on here?
Just saying hello from our travels. We got you a little sign. We didn't.
Oh, this is sick. This should be a 350 mil. These are quite rare, actually.
We said that.
We said that when we were there. We did go, which is the cheapest?
This is sick.
Yeah, you're
From
welcome.
a proper up garage as well.
Yeah, we
Thank
are.
you very much.
There
All
you
the
go.
way from Japan, made in Italy.
To put it in the Porsche. Quite like the idea of that, actually.
It's never had its own steering
Never had
wheel.
its,
it
own,
not?
it's only ever had a stolen steering wheel. Thank you, boys. This is
É o
very
Fox.
good.
Esse vídeo eu achei que tinha feito o react também, mas foi em off. Talvez o vídeo deles modificando o carro, eu acho que eu não cheguei a ver. Não sei se eu assisto de novo, mas esse vídeo é muito legal.
No worries.
We need to get back to Japan though.
Yeah.
so-
Alright, have a good one. Traffic's light.
Beats! 2 beats!
Do Honda
Sorry,
Beach,
just as we're
legal.
talking about TDC and Edward as
Yeah,
well.
right, yeah.
Sorry man, we missed them.
We'll replay it if you can.
And we'll
Outro
freeze the
GRRs.
frame,
Yeah.
And then we'll draw a circle around it.
Before we made our way back to Tokyo, we had to make one last
sensation.
stop at a hard off to get an extra big bag to carry our gifts home.
Mais
But I
Vita.
foolishly didn't keep an eye on Ethan.
We got a cheap bag for Edward's wheeling.
I also actually completed another side quest.
What'd you get?
When did you secretly buy that?
You can't come to Japan and not buy 2 Game Boys.
Original Game Boy for £7.
No way!
Yeah. No idea if it works.
Nossa, com certeza é uma carcaça. Não é possível. Não é possível, pô. Isso não é caro pra caralho. Tudo bem que na Honda... Não, na Honda é foda. No Japão, o Nintendo não vai ser caro, né?
Even
Mas...
though it says green light, there might be someone on the crossing.
The flashing orange lights, that is free for all. I don't know what that
Yeah,
means.
yeah,
Does that mean
yeah.
just, work it out
I
yourself?
think so. Have fun with it.
I love
vou
the
te dizer.
Japanese snacks. I love Japanese
Tem muita coisa
branding.
apimentada
And I
lá,
bought
né?
these crisps.
Isso aí é
Japanese
apimentado.
graphic design. It's like the graphic designers drew something and just went, yeah, cool, send it. Also, in the English on them is, hey, what's up? Another long day? Just try our yummy, spicy caramucho and say hi. Hi. And then just 2 cartoon men crying because I assume these crisps are too spicy for them.
Então... Que porra era aquela? Ali que é o S660 que eu falei. Que é esse motor também, só que esse motor desse carro só que é turbinado no S660. Só que por conta de legislação eles limitam a potência. Aí você tem que fazer um tuning por fora para liberar a potência inteira do carro, porque tem uma questão da legislação lá dos K-Cars não passar de não sei quantos cavalos. Aí tem que limitar. Só que esse carro tipo, pesa 800 quilos, tá ligado?
Next stop, Tokyo.
The Big Apple.
And
Oh.
unfortunately, when at Tokyo, the first thing we have to do is say goodbye to a dear friend of ours. It's the M van. We got to drop it back off, and then we're footing it
Qual é?
in Tokyo. I wonder if you know.
Eles pesaram a mão, mano. Foi papo de 8 anúncios. Outro R33. 12 libras. Uma Kawasakizinha, né? Aí já é Tóquio.
How do you like driving in Tokyo, Ethan?
It was fine
Yeah.
until a combination of Google Maps and Tokyo happened.
Well, the trouble is that Tokyo is so built up. It's got roads on top of roads, all stacked.
Ah,
So Google Maps was just like, I don't know, you're on your own, boys.
And it also lost us in the tunnel. So,
ew.
You're being quite cool, calm, and collected now that I've turned the GoPro on. But before, it's not the
Oh,
same
put-
Ethan I'm seeing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. You were doing a lot of and a lot of.
I'm a new man.
It's not because of that. It's because you're here now. It's because you're watching now. He's not flipping off the residents of Tokyo anymore and cursing every single traffic light that he's ever seen. We're almost there though.
Almost there.
Yeah.
Aí já o trânsito pesa, mano. Eu não sei como é que é a questão de corredor lá no Japão, mas tem muita moto. Tem uma fucking Defender 110 ali atrás, preta, com roda preta, mano. Caramba, que é mais
Yeah, I'm
stealth
gonna
do
miss
que
the
isso.
van. It's a shame we didn't get to sleep in it actually
Meu Deus.
and enjoy it more as a camper, but it's been great for us, hasn't it?
Sad the N van was gone, it didn't take long for Ethan to get over it, as he was sucked into a trance by the power of Japanese advertising.
Qual é? Já era, lavagem cerebral. Que dá pra entender porra
Frustrated
nenhuma.
that he didn't get to sleep in the N van, Ethan arranged for an equally tight night's sleep for a reasonable £56
Nossa,
at a
os pods,
nearby
né?
capsule
Os caps, quer dizer.
hotel.
Nossa, mas o preço daquele hotel, mano, é porque é Tóquio, né?
This is my boat. I feel like I'm about to go into hypersleep.
E eu não, mano, eu não tenho, tipo, claustrofobia com elevador, essas coisas, mas isso aí eu acho que eu não conseguia, não.
Let's go for dinner.
Eu nunca tive nenhuma crise, nenhuma coisa de claustrofobia. Mas eu acho que isso aí é um pouquinho demais.
Look at this, Tokyo.
The Big Apple.
Eu acho que não é nem pela questão sabe? Eu acho que, não sei, cara, porque eu moro em casa o tempo todo, nunca vivi em apartamento, né, que é um espaço um pouquinho mais confinado já. Então, acho que pesa um pouco isso, né? E aí, tá acostumado com espaço pequeno, com um quarto pequeno, não é minha praia. E aí, pra chegar numa cápsulazinha...
It's quite vast, isn't it?
It is quite fast.
Nice shot at Tokyo Tower. We haven't seen that properly yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen Tokyo Tower yet.
Get one of these when you get to the airport. It's basically how you get around everywhere.
É o passe infinito, né? Pode, tipo, por uma semana à vontade, né?
I just got this feeling that I'm being advertised to.
Foi tipo propaganda.
Some noodles.
Isso
Google
anunciado.
Translate is a lifesaver if you're coming here.
Tipo, recebendo muita... Nossa, 32, aí em Tóquio já é bem mais pesado, né? Também que é um restaurante full, né? Ah, churrasquinho.
More sake?
Yes, please.
And we are professionals, so we'll go easy on it. We won't let drinking affect our work. And if it does somehow get the better of us, this video will probably just cut.
Então foi cortado, né? Ah, não, dá pra ficar em pé de boa. Achei que era menor. Dá pra ficar... Pera, não, dá pra ficar sentado. Eu
After
acho que não
feeling the
pode.
effects of our night in Tokyo, we wearily got on the monorail back to the airport. And here is where I imagine you're wondering how
A legenda ficou em cima, achei que era 50 pounds, mas era 2,50.
much this all cost us. We spent a grand total of £1,186.
Tá bom,
Not
tá
cheap
valendo.
by any means, but there's definitely
Ó, carro 368, combustível 62. Tools, tipo ferramentas, né? Eu acho que foi o... Eu acho que eles contaram o Game Boy, então, né? O Game Boy e o negócio, eles contaram. Driving Permits, que é o... Caramba. Pedágio. Rental Cover, tá. O seguro, estacionamento... Seguro 21, estacionamento 20. Acomodação, né? O hotel, hostel, a porra toda. 219, comida e bebida 115, achei barato. Entrada dos lugares 19. Trem-bala 208, então foi 104 o ticket para cada um. Metrô de Tóquio 9. Táxi 20, extras 25. Tá bom.
definitely parts that we could have saved on. Had we not wanted to experience Japanese accommodations, we could have saved £219 and just slept in our car. We could have also done a loop from Tokyo, which would have avoided the car delivery fee in Kyoto, and also the bullet train, which would have brought our total right down to a very respectable £538. Japan on the whole is very reasonable, particularly outside the cities and especially while the yen...
Agora o carro eu acho que não vale a pena jogar fora não, tá ligado? Só que no caso ele cortou só a entrega do carro, né? Não foi isso? Deixa eu ver.
And also the bullet train, which would have brought...
Eu acho que ele cortou a entrega, só o delivery do carro, né? No lugar
Not
que
cheap
estava,
by
não.
any means, but there's definitely parts that we could have saved on.
Oh.
Had we not wanted to experience Japanese accommodations, we could have saved £219 and just slept in our car. We could have also done a loop from Tokyo, which would have avoided the car delivery fee in Kyoto.
É a taxa de entrega do carro, é isso mesmo. Então eles cortaram a taxa de entrega do carro, né? Aí de 368 seria pro... Caralho, eles gastaram 200 libras só pra entregar o carro.
And also the bullet train, which would have brought our total
Caralho,
right
bicho.
down to a very respectable
de 368 foi pra 147.
£538. Japan on the whole is very reasonable,
A taxa de entrega do carro foi
particularly outside the
200
cities,
libras,
and
quase.
especially while the yen is weak against the pound at the moment. Food and drink is cheap as it's
Foi
fuel,
mais.
but expect to
Porra.
pay the same again, or in our case, more in toll fees.
Tá bom.
And the big one. Flights. Yeah, maybe don't go in the summer like we did, as it cost over £2,000 in flights for both
Caralho, até pra eles é caro.
of us. But definitely book more in advance than we did, and also look in the off season, as they get a lot cheaper than that. Having said that, our total spend in Japan cost as much as our trip to Iceland. And to mark our epic Japan adventure, we are now doing a limited...
Tudo bem que eles ficaram 4 dias, mas porra, isso de pegar um carro que dá pra dormir, porra, é muito jogo, velho. A merda é tomar banho, né? Onde que tomar banho? Onde que dá um cagote?
Run of this All The Gear t-shirt. If you want to get your hands on one, head to allthegear.shop or click the link in the description.
At the airport now, though.
Yeah. What a trip. You looked so much younger before we left.
I looked so much younger before I started this channel with you.
Pô, é.
You
O
sound
canal tem
familiar?
2 meses, tá ligado?
Yeah, I like
Isso que é foda.
I could spend a long time here, I reckon.
I think the first couple of days we were a bit like, what? We did 3 big cities first. Once we experienced a lot more of it, I think we grew accustomed to its ways and enjoyed the beauty and the chaos.
Yeah, you have to take it as a whole.
Yeah.
Tokyo isn't Japan.
No.
Osaka isn't Japan.
No.
Take in all the other little bits as well. I mean,
Takayama though.
Takayama.
Veja com...
Eita, meteu mais um anúncio. Mas é isso, cara. Eita porra. Tá, meteu mais um anúncio, né? Mas é isso,
We're in
cara. Assim. Japão, é isso.